Hi, I'm Josh, and I am so grateful that you've decided to spend some of your valuable leisure time with me as I talk about the board games that I played in March. Now, it wasn't a great month for gaming. I only had a grand total of one gaming session. It was a two-player session with a gaming friend, and we only played 2 games. So this won't take very long. Let's get straight to it. The first game my friend and I played in March was a game called Super Motherload. This is one that I talked about previously in the video I made about games that I played at the end of 2021. So if you look back a couple of months, you'll be able to find my full thoughts on Super Motherload here. Essentially, it's a deck building and tile laying game where players are trying to accumulate the most points as they dig down and down into a mine and acquire gems and use those gems to upgrade the cards that you are acquiring and building in your deck. It is a game that both my friend and I rate 8.5 out of 10, interestingly enough. So it's one that is very fun. We both enjoyed a ton, and like I said, you can go back and check out that previous video if you want to hear more about it. The second and final game we played in March was Haggis. Again, this is one that we had played in a previous month. I talked about it in my games we played in February video, I believe. So again, you can check back to that one. Haggis is a basic trick-taking ladder climbing game that plays really well with 2 players. I rate Haggis 7 out of 10. My friend rates it 9.5 out of 10, so he really loves Haggis. Not the food, the game. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. But anyways, in both of those games, I got absolutely smoked by my friend. Regardless, I still had a ton of fun. I'm not a hugely competitive person when it comes to board gaming. I'm just there to have a good time, and I certainly had a good time with both of these games. Now, I did pick up a couple of new to me games that month as well. Before I talk about that, let me just take a really quick second to send out a thank you to my Patreon supporters, especially to my higher tier supporters, Joanna, Paul, Asmondus Pervect. To all of you who take the time to support me on Patreon, I am so grateful. And now let's talk about these couple of games that I purchased. Now that I've been getting back into board gaming over the past few months, I've started to keep an eye once again on local board gaming auctions that pop up on Board Game Geek. So in particular, the ones that are happening by Canadian sellers, just because of the cost of shipping from the US and elsewhere in the world is so outrageous. I tend to focus particularly on the sellers who are in Canada and especially in Ontario. And over the past couple of months, I've actually purchased 5 used games from these game auctions. 2 of these were purchased in the month of March. The first one was a game called Traders of Osaka, a nice little compact card game here. And the second one was a standalone expansion for a game that I already own called Codenames, and that is Codenames Duet, the cooperative 2-player version of Codenames. In the past, I've played a lot of both Codenames and Codenames Duet, and the Duet version is so cleverly done. It is such a great little 2-player cooperative game that I really needed to pick it up again. So, speaking of picking it up again, after I had purchased it, I went and looked a little more closely at my game shelves here and realized, wait a minute, I already own Codenames. I thought that when my wife left me, she had taken this with her, and when I opened up the box, I realized, oh, I already have Codenames Duet in the base game box. So this is probably the first time I've ever purchased a game that I already own without realizing it, but I did it. And now I have another copy of Codenames Duet. If anyone wants to buy it off me, just leave a comment below. But as a sneak peek to my games played in April, when that comes out eventually, we did get both Osaka and Codenames Duet to the table this month, so I will talk about that in a video that will come out in the not too distant future. So those are the games that I played and purchased in March. Please let me know what you have played and what you have purchased recently. I am always interested in hearing what's been getting to your table, what you've been enjoying lately. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, it's Josh. Thank you so much for watching. If you could just, what was I gonna say? Hi, I'm Josh. So if you go back, I rate not the food, the game, but anyways, it is not the food, the game. In the past, I have played both a lot and the DeWitt in a forthcoming video here in a soon to be released